Well, good afternoon, everyone. May I have your attention, please? Well, my name is Julia Hartinger. I work as a business analyst at the Quick Start team of Odoo, and I would like to talk about the quality application that we offer you from Odoo. So what I'm quickly going to talk about in the next 20 minutes is, first off, why would you want to control your quality? Who would want to control their quality, and how can you do quality controls in Odoo? I will shortly do a quick demonstration, and afterwards I sum it all up in a short conclusion, and then I will be open for your questions. So first of all, why do we need quality control? Well, overall, quality control is one of the key factors that you should have if you want to build a successful business to offer a product that meets or even exceeds customer satisfaction. Quality control, of course, offers you a number of benefits, but just to name a few. Of course, it helps with your customer loyalty and also to give you a good reputation. It also helps you with complying with standards and requirements, but overall, we can say it actually can increase and sustain your overall market position. So that is why some of the key points why we actually developed this application. For who would it be interesting to use? Well, it would be interesting to use for people that want to manage the inventory, but also for the manufacturing. Why inventory? Well, you could have quality controls when you receive products, but also when you deliver products. For manufacturing, it would be interesting to have those quality control points in your assembly line between assembly stations to check your to check the quality of your products that you offer to ensure that they comply with the standards that you set. In this short presentation, I will obviously focus on the manufacturing side of it, and also the demonstration will focus on the MRP application. Okay, so at Odoo, we have the quality control application that offers you the possibility to create control points, have quality alerts, and do quality checks. And now I would actually directly start with the demonstration. One more point to mention is that it is integrated with the MRP application of Odoo and the inventory application of Odoo. So coming now to the demo to show how the quality control application works. Due to some technical difficulties, I will have to do it on the run bot. So hopefully that will work. So what we're going to manufacture today is a table. I will quickly show you the product configurations. We are going to manufacture a small table that has a bill of material consisting of 4 items. Exactly, so we need 1 table head, 4 table legs, some screws, and the paint that should be red. We also have a routing, so we have 2 operations. We first have to build the table and we have to paint the table. Very simple example just to show you how it's all going to work out. This will be done at 2 different work centers. So now we're going into our quality application, and this is basically the first thing you see. You first see your quality teams. As a standard, you have 1 quality team, which is the main quality team, but you can obviously add as many teams as you want via the configuration menu, where you can add some more quality alert teams. But what we are going to look at is this menu, which basically shows you all the things that you can do in this application. You can first create control points. You can then do some quality checks and generate quality alerts while doing the quality checks. So let's create some quality control points for the product that we want to manufacture. So first, we would give it a title. For example, in the beginning, we want to make sure that the people are using the right screws when we build this table. We have to choose the product, obviously. Small table. And then we choose the operation where we want to do this quality control check. Here you have to, when you have a multi-company scenario, you obviously can here choose at which company you want to do it, but we want to do it at my company and the manufacturing, and there now I get to choose the step where in which step I want to do my quality control. Here I will choose the build step, And then here I have different options that I can choose. So the control type, well, there you can choose if I want to have this control point at every operation or if it should be randomly or periodically. The test type, there we have different possibilities, pass, fail, and measure, dummy to take a picture or register consumed materials. In this case, I will just use a dummy. This will just give an, it pops up as a message for the person at the manufacturing floor. So it will just say, okay, choose the right screw. So we will use this one and just give an instruction, use screw A, B, C, and we will save this. Exactly. We will create another one for the same operation. However, now we're going to use a measure because we want to, for example, measure the angle to make sure that the legs and the table are at a 90-degree. Measure angle, and in this case we would use a measure, for example, exactly, and the norm we would set at 90 degrees. We can all adjust this manually, and then we can give it a tolerance. In this case, maybe 88 and 92 degrees. We could obviously also make a team responsible if we would have more teams, or make someone specifically responsible that we have in our company. Also interesting is this part here, the worksheet. When you have a worksheet with different, with several pages, you could identify here that the worksheet should directly scroll to a specific page. So for this quality control point, the worksheet page should, for example, display page number 4, where this would be relevant. In this case, I only have one page of my worksheet, so it doesn't, in this case, it doesn't make sense. But if you have several pages of your worksheet, then it would make sense to adjust it here. Okay, and then here we could adjust it to make sure that the angle is at 90 degrees. Or measure angle from bottom left leg. So you can really make the instructions as you want. So now we're going to save this also, and we will create one last one just to show you, because I have 2 different steps. I will give it one last one for my step where I will actually paint the table. Exactly. Okay. And there I just want to make a normal quality check, pass or fail, to check the quality of the paint. In this case, I could also maybe set the test type to take a picture of the table, or whatever you like. So there you have a lot of possibilities to adjust the test type you want to do. We were just going to with pass, fail. We are going to save this, and now we're coming to the interesting part where we're going to create a manufacturing order. So I'm on my manufacturing application, and I schedule a manufacturing order for my product, the small table. Okay, I plan this. Okay, here are all my components that I will need from my bill of materials. I will check the availability. Yes, I have everything in store. So now I can go to my work orders and start processing this manufacturing order. So now let's go into the work orders. Here I have my 2 steps I have to take, starting with the first one of building the table. Okay, this is what the manager sees now, basically. Here we have a quick overview of, for example, the time tracking and the work instructions. But what is interesting now is actually what the people at the manufacturing floor will see. So by clicking on this, we will directly get into the view that the people at the manufacturing floor will see on their tablet, for example. And here we see directly, okay, the dummy quality control that we said, use screw ABC. We don't have to do anything. It just gives an information to the people working. So we can continue with next, and then we see, okay, measure angle from bottom left leg, make sure that the angle is at 90 degrees. Here we will put on purpose now 87, which is not in our tolerance level to create a quality, so we can create a quality alert. So when we validate this now, we see it's in red, which basically means this is not correct. The quality control failed. So what we can do directly from here, the people at the manufacturing floor can directly make a quality alert by going here on this menu item. And then they have different options. And one of the options is also to create a quality alert. By clicking on this, a quality alert was directly sent to the quality team, which I will show afterwards. But here they could make some specifications about what really happened, what is the problem, if it is a problem in the of the different parts that we use, of the components, or if it's a problem with the machineries that you use. So there they have the possibility to really identify the cause of the problem, or at least describe what they think might be the problem. So I will just write describe. Encountered. We save this, and then we can directly continue by marking this stage as done. However, the next step obviously is we still need to do the next step. So going back into our manufacturing order, and here we can already see that a quality alert is created, but I want to finish the manufacturing of my table. So now we are quickly going to paint it. Exactly, so now we have to paint it. We pass, and the quality check of the paint is also done, so we can now mark our manufacturing order as done. And now we go back to our quality control application to see what actually happened. Here we can directly see, okay, there are 2 quality alerts that were made from the manufacturing floor. By going on this, we can directly see the quality alerts. This is for a different manufacturing order, but the one that is interesting for us now is this one here. We directly see this pipeline view, which you can adjust as you want. And by going on this, you basically see the same view as we saw before, with the description of the problems. And here now the quality team can now work on this problem and then put it into the different stages until it is solved. What is also interesting to see is via this menu here, when you go on the quality checks, you can basically see a whole overview of all the quality checks that have been done, also the ones that passed. You can, of course, filter on the failed ones. And for example, here, the people from the workflow did not make a quality alert directly. However, you as the quality team, you still have the possibility to make an alert directly from the application itself by clicking on this button. Also maybe making someone else responsible for it, and ping someone maybe to make sure that people are taking care of this problem. Okay, so just summing it once more up, you can create control points via this menu here. You can then have a look on all the quality checks that passed but also failed, and that needs to still to be done. So this gives you an overview of everything, of all the quality control checks. And you have an overview of the quality alerts in the pipeline. Okay, good. So this basically sums up my demonstration for the MRP quality control application. I expected some more technical difficulties, but it worked out fine, so we can go through that. Okay. So just summing it all up once more, why should you use quality control? Well, overall, it just helps with your marketing position to ensure your customer loyalty, and to ensure, of course, that you comply with requirements and standards that you set yourself, but also that might be set from external parties. Who could use it? Manufacturing and inventory businesses that use those applications. Manufacturing we just saw, but also for inventory it might be interesting, because you can also make those quality checks when you get shipments in, but also when you ship products out. And in Odoo, yeah, you just install the quality control app, and you can directly start with creating your quality teams, directly start creating control points on different routes, and yeah, do quality checks, have an overview of the quality checks, generate quality alerts, and then obviously also analyze the results via the reporting tab. But I would like to show one more interesting thing, because now that we set all those quality control points for our table, when you go back into your routings for the small table, you have a new smart button over here, which is called steps, which basically shows you all the quality steps that are taking in the manufacturing, during the manufacturing. So you could actually use this quality control application also to give advice or to give guidelines to the workers which they have to follow. So it does not always need to be a pass-fail quality control point, but it can also be, like in the case of the choice of screw, just a reminder to make sure, okay, use these kind of screws or watch out for this to guide the workers when manufacturing the product. And that's all from my side. Thank you very much. Are there any questions? Yes? 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 Yes. Mm-hmm. Well, if I understand it like you mean it, you have the same routing, or you have different routings for the bill of materials? Because if you have different ones, then you just name it in a specific way and make sure that you set the quality control points on the right routing, on the right steps. Or yes, yes. Um, yeah, I will check. In your case, you would have, for one product, you would have several bill of materials. And then you would like to make sure that the routing, the quality check is on the right route for the bill of material. That's what you, yeah. Okay. So for every bill of material, you use a specific routing. However, it will, because when you create the control point, if this works now, Okay. Yes. No, I understand your problem. I think I would have to make some more tests to clarify how this would affect the control points. I can offer you to do that together with you afterwards. Yeah, to just try it out. Yeah. Yes. 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 Like you can. The important point is only the sequence. So you can easily duplicate one, You can easily duplicate a quality control point. However, if you want to change the sequence, if you want one before the other, you would obviously have to adjust the sequence of it. I will see. Yes, and that's where actually it's the steps are useful in the bill of materials that in the routings that I showed before. Here, because there you could change the sequence as well to make sure that your the quality checks are done in the right order. Okay. Yes. Before the operation starts, no, I don't think so. I mean, you create the quality check, and the first one appears once you start with the operation, and you basically go through the different steps, and then but I don't think that you can directly say it needs to be done before.